You know what is really great about this being our 10-year?
What?
Is that we all look younger than we did 10 years ago.
And that says a lot about our meals.
Me.
Yes,
I
it
got
does.
a lot more gray
Yes,
hair.
you do.
A lot more gray hair.
You look way better.
Yeah.
Yeah. The big beard, please don't have it.
That,
Bring
the
it back.
COVID beard, baby. Do we just want to dive right into the worst times at 95? We can start right at the COVID beard.
So run it back.
Okay, we're gonna run it back. So I was working for a dentist, had my bachelor's degree, and like many millennials out there, I got this degree, baby, so we are going to use it, right? Well, I guess God had other plans. I think when you get locked into like needing to use that degree because you paid for it, right? I came from the generation of go to school, get a degree, you'll make good money. That's a lie. If you're feeling like that's a lie, it is a lie. So I never really thought about pursuing business, even though my dad raised my family on a small business. So I was making my husband's boyfriends.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds so awkward.
Yeah.
I was making my boyfriend's
doing the most.
lunches. Yeah, I was doing the most. And he would take them to work and they were pre-portioned like meal prep. And a couple of the guys expressed interest and were like, where are you getting these from? We would buy these. So he came home one day and said, you're going to start a business. And I said, no, I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, at the time you were thinking, well, you weren't thinking of, I literally drove you to Pittsburgh because you were going to be a Pennsylvania state trooper.
Or Florida.
Or Florida, because you went to Florida
New York
too.
was not hiring.
Yeah.
So we were looking at other states and I was going to
And
leave.
that was going to be the end of us. So I said, before you get this letter in the mail that says you're going to Pennsylvania, because I knew anything you put your mind to, you accomplish. I said, let's try this meal prep.
I would have made a really good cop though.
You wouldn't let anything slide.
No, you definitely would have. You would have been a really good cop.
Not allowed to chase. We are chasing today.
I remember calling all the churches, calling all the fire halls to try to get a commissary kitchen and rent one.
In between pulling people over.
Yeah.
Gotta call you back.
And getting probably 30 no's. And then Father Earl
31st call, baby.
Father Earl King said, sure. That was the best deal we ever had to this day. $400 a month was the rent. We told them we were going to be there, Saturdays, maybe Sundays.
Yeah.
At one point, we were there every single day.
Except Sunday.
Every single day.
Well, no, I was there Sundays too.
Yeah, Sundays too, yeah.
7 days a week, baby.
7 days
no
a week,
rest.
yep.
So I would get up in the morning, I would work out. I couldn't get into the commissary. I don't even know if you know this stuff.
No, I don't
I
think
couldn't
so.
get into the commissary until after pre-K.
Okay.
So I couldn't get in there till noon. So I would get up, work out, do anything I needed to do, drive to the depot, get the full grocery order in the car.
Depot.
The depot, baby. And then we swung it right back through to the church.
So we had the picture of when we started to get really big and we were out of the church of that grocery order where we can't see
In the
each other
Kia
in the
Soul,
car.
we had boxes in between us and
That
front
was
of
our
us.
first delivery vehicle, the Kia.
So I would go to the depot, swing back through Grand Island where the commissary kitchen was, back that little Kia Soul right up to the door, unload all the groceries, cases. I mean, at the time it was 140-pound box of chicken, but that was a lot for one
Gotta start
person.
somewhere.
Well, towards the end, it was more than one.
Yeah.
Towards the end, it was a lot of unpacking.
So I unpacked all the groceries, immediately fired up the kitchen, started prepping, did all the prep work, all the chopping, all the cooking, then plated it, then loaded all the meals up into boxes and loaded them back into my car. This is all in one day. Then I would drive the car from the commissary kitchen back to our house that we were renting because we could not keep the food on site because they had no storage, where we purchased all of these chest freezers.
We had 5 chest freezers in our basement.
And we lived in a house that had stairs leading up to it.
Yeah, there was no garage.
There was no direct way to get into it.
Yeah.
Did you saw that place?
I don't know if I did.
So you pull up, you cannot park near the front door. You got to go up an entire flight of steps just to get into the house. Then the freezers were in the basement of the house. So I had to go up the steps, in the house, around the corner, down the steps, and then put the meals away. I remember it. It was a winter, probably February, pitch black outside. I am sitting in the Kia with boxes. I knew that there were 20, maybe 30 boxes back there, and I'm doing the math in my head because he's not home, he's at work. I'm like, it is freezing cold out, the wind is blowing, it's sleeting. I'm like, okay, I have 40 sets of stairs. Well, no, 80, right? I could carry one box at a time. I had to go up, down,
Well, it was
up,
like the first set
down.
was 21 stairs, and then it was like 14 stairs to the
Yeah, but I'm
basement.
saying how
Yeah.
many...
Oh, yeah, times how many boxes. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's like
but
17.
so you're up, you're
Yeah.
down, you're back up. So that's
Yeah.
one flight of stairs. You're
Yeah.
back down. That's 2 flights of stairs. 2 flights of stairs per box.
Yeah.
And this is the math that I'm doing in my head. It is freezing. I have no gloves. I'm like, I'm gonna die. That was the math that I did. I said, I'm actually gonna die.
And most of the times I could make it back and help. I usually help with the dishes or help bring the boxes in.
But that particular
But
time,
I
you
was
were
not
called
there,
out,
yeah.
You were not there.
Yep.
And that was the math that I concluded in my head. It was like 7:30 at night. And I was like, I can't actually do this.
In that moment,
And I did it.
what made you do it? To
What
prove
other
yourself
choice did I
wrong?
have? What other choice was I going to tell the customer? You know what? I bitched out. I could not get it done. So you know what I did? I said, you're not stopping. You are going to go as fast and as hard as you possibly can. No breaks, because sometimes I'd like sit in the house and take a break and then say, all right, 5 more boxes, let's go. I did all 20 boxes like that.
The pancakes.
Oh, that's throwing it way back.
No, that was still around that time. Because we were
Yes,
still using, we
were
ran
under
out of
on
time.
Pancakes.
We ran out of time to cook at the pancakes, so we had to cook the pancakes on our pan at home.
2 by 2.
No.
And it was
Yeah.
2:30 in the morning, and
Yep. And
guys, I think he might have started crying. It was close.
The pan, the non-stick, it just
2
was
by 2
everything
is
was
crazy.
sticking.
Right, too. And there was,
Everything
I
was
think
sticking.
we had to fill 40 orders.
Yeah, everything was sticking. And I just sat there on the stairs like this, and I was just like,
And I
What are
said,
we gonna
maybe
do?
these customers need these pancakes. They
what
were
are we gonna
probably
do?
still warm when the person came to pick them up in
I
the
was
morning.
ready to throw that pan through the window because everything was sticking. It was awful. And I was like, we can't buy a pan now. Nothing's open. And she's just like, you take a break.
I think
she
that's
did
what
all
made
day.
him say, I'll do the dishes.
He needed
Yeah.
his 30-minute
Yeah.
state mandated break.
Yeah.
Is what he needed.
I was ready to throw that thing through the window.
I probably have many breaking points.
That you thought you weren't going to make it?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you see your way through on the other side, whew, that's where that character is built.
Yeah.
That's most people, they can't handle it.
We would have to fast forward too much, but it was definitely when we were bursting at the seams of Grand Island.
yeah.
But we
Oh,
couldn't move into
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
But we had no more room left.
That was
Literally
nuts.
a
no
singular
room.
meal
We-
could fit in that freezer.
We were making so much food that we would make the food, put it in the freezer. Then the next day, we'd have to yank everything out of the freezer to pack up, to put on the vans, to bring out to the stores, while at the same time trying to get the food that we need to
was
cook.
or we would go same day.
Oh, yeah.
The prep, the cook,
Yeah.
put it in the freezer, pull it literally back out, pack it, put it in the van,
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Now, all this is doing as we reminisce on this is here's a pro tip. So, from these stories, you can gather we've always done what we can with what we have until it's physically not possible anymore,
Yeah.
right? So, you never just, I'm just going to call it out. I see meal prep services starting up here and they're like hiring for a chef, getting a large facility, getting merch and all this shit. And it's like, if you have 2 hands, use them. That's why it's not working for you. Because so many people see our operation and are like, well, I need all that in order to be a meal prep service. We started from humble beginnings. I
Yeah.
can promise you that, okay? These hands have seen some chicken, baby.
Yeah, and what we've learned is just because you can doesn't mean that you should.
Yeah, so we're talking about bursting at the seams at our Grand Island location. We kept growing and growing, and all of a sudden we were like, emergency, we need a larger
Okay,
location.
wait, we can't do this anymore.
But we didn't just get into it and say, you know what, our first location should be 10,000 square feet.
Yeah.
And our first vehicle should be a Ford Transit. What do we get? We got a Kia Soul as our first vehicle. That
The
was
toaster.
Sometimes we were
Well,
too
technically,
conservative.
Freebird was our first
I buckled those meals in the back, baby,
Yeah.
in the bag.
Nissan Sentra.
Sierra, explain to our customers why we don't allow
Because
modifications.
we don't have
of meals.
Tiara anymore.
We used to have an employee for
She
8
loved it.
hours
Yeah.
work on modifications, no onions, no mushrooms, carbless, but give me like, I don't know, sauces on the side, whatever.
And we used to do it.
And we would do it, and it just became, at what point do you just stop doing this? This is not efficient. We're not making anything off of this at this point because a whole employee is only doing modifications.
People
100
still talk about the
modifications.
carbless. They still
Carbless,
talk
what
about the
else?
carbless.
Well, I don't even know.
And I think that's hard as a small business, like as a large,
Dairy-free.
You want to make every customer happy, but to what extent?
at Amazon, large companies, if they don't have it, they don't have it. But like as a small business, you truly want to make everyone happy. And I think we've done a lot of things here for a little bit too long because we just didn't want to let people down.
That brings us to vegetarian.
Oh,
We will
yeah.
never be doing vegetarian meals. I'm sorry.
If we go to
worst.
vendors and they'll say, you know, have you tried vegetarian options? I shut them down so fast that it sounds rude, but they don't know the trauma,
Yes.
the pain, the losses we took trying to do vegetarian.
I think we threw like $700 worth of tofu out.
Well, that brings us to what was our worst meal?
It was definitely the Buddha
Okay.
It's a toss-up.
Well, between
This is-
what? What else
The
would?
frittatas.
Oh yeah.
See, we can admit when we make a mistake. When we tell you guys, like, we care about your feedback, right? We can't fix something if we don't know something's wrong, right? This goes back to the not freezing eggs thing.
It's full circle.
I am so sorry. I just want to personally apologize for anyone who had a frittata here at 95 Nutrition because that's on me. Whole thing, baby. Put it right on my back. I didn't realize you cannot freeze real eggs, like actual scrambled real eggs. So we launched this whole line of frittatas. We were so proud of them.
Southwestern. What was the other one?
They
were good.
They were delicious.
I never had them because I don't like eggs.
until you froze them.
Yes.
And then
And
they
then
turned
reheated
into the
them.
consistency of like a kitchen sponge.
Yes.
Nice little Brillo.
Yeah, so that was interesting to say the least. That and
But the Buddha bowl.
hands down.
We thought that thing was gonna fly
So
because some
something-
people would ask for
There's
vegetarian.
not some, a lot of people. It's like they're really loud and they say, "We need this. I'll buy it if you put." And it seems like there's this whole group of people that want this
they're
option.
gonna come for you right now. You better pipe down.
And then when you release it and nobody shows up, it's like, where
we
are
even
all
tried the protein options.
We have
The
to
pulled
start.
oats.
you? Yes, pulled
We
oats,
tried it
yeah.
all.
Someone comment below if you had that frittata or the Buddha bowl because here's where the disconnect
Buddha bowl was
really
good too.
The Buddha bowl,
was good
yes,
with
but
10 ingredients.
the Buddha bowl was amazing. You need to comment below if you had the Buddha bowl. The issue is everybody claims that they want the purple sweet potato and the seasoned tofu and
still have edamame?
and the kale. Baby, I still got the edamame at home. You guys say that you want that. Like, that's what you aspire to eat. Like, but you know deep down you want that pizza wrap. You know you want that cheeseburger pasta. Like, come on. So the Buddha bowl was a huge flop. We threw out
Cases and cases of
at
tofu.
least
Thousands of dollars.
$700 worth of tofu just in one ingredient. And it's not because it was bad. It was because it was literally
We
sitting
didn't know where else to bring
in
it.
the freezer. We're like, do we bring
And
this
nobody
to
was
a-
buying it, so we threw out cases of meals.
Oh, cases.
Yeah.
That's on you guys because you said that that's what you wanted, and I listened.
And it wasn't even one of our creations. It was created by a chef.
We had a PowerPoint of how good this meal was gonna sound.
And we tasted it, and it was good. And it was a PowerPoint, yeah.
Yes.
And we
I do
tasted
think
it,
his
and it was
cost of
good.
goods was off.
Yeah.
We had to have purple sweet potatoes like drop shipped from
Yes.
Africa for this dish.
Yeah, and nobody ate
That
it.
was
We ate
bizarre.
it though, and it was good.
It was good.
If you had to put a total L on that meal, like what would the number be?
6,000.
I was gonna say
probably.
10.
Yeah. 6 anywhere between.
Speaking of losses, growing a business is all about, how much shit you can shovel, right? How many fires you can put out. I think you learned that along the way. The three of us have definitely found out that things that would cripple you in the beginning years of the business are like, whatever now. I guess it's all in perspective. You can only ever go through the hardest thing you've ever been through. So let's start with a major meltdown, the muscle egg.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Look
This is
down.
old. This is old you, not the old you, but the old you.
This is like
how many versions ago?
This
would you
is like
say?
somewhere in
That was
between
probably 3 versions
Lindsay,
ago.
Yeah.
dental assistant Lindsay, transitioning to Lindsay O'Farrell, owner of 95 Nutrition. So I am green, baby. Is this 95 Nutrition? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm flying by the seat of my pants. I've got a growing business. I've got help. That's great, but managing people is difficult. And I know Sierra loves an awkward conversation nowadays, but you didn't always love an awkward
Oh my
conversation.
goodness, no, look down if she's angry.
Okay, so I definitely wasn't great at managing people.
We didn't have HR.
No, that's not true. I wouldn't say you weren't great at managing people. It was controlling your temper, your emotions. Yes, because when you were up, the whole kitchen followed your lead.
They're gonna take this out of context.
It
They-
was tough to handle mistakes.
They loved
that
working.
were out of your control.
Yeah, they loved working for you. But and it wasn't even because you did well with mistakes, but it must have been a combination of life stress, business stress.
Yeah, just like the things that shouldn't go wrong.
Yes.
Like a freezer should probably be plugged in,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's generally how chest freezers work, right?
Yeah.
They're plugged in. Well, somehow a chest freezer got unplugged at our Grand Island location, and it had about a couple $100 of muscle egg in it. Yeah. And it's a frozen.
People still call about it.
Stop calling. We're not carrying it, sorry. It had a liquid egg, whatever. Anyway, it's perishable, and it was expensive at the time. I mean, it still is expensive.
It was so expensive back then, it's still the same price now.
There you go. So this employee somehow unplugged the freezer, didn't notice, and basically cost me, the company, about $500 in lost product. And I was so angry. Like, how could I even stomach that kind of loss back in 2015?
It had to have been like
2016.
2016, 2017.
Okay, so
2016,
it was in our earlier days, right? I was like angry. I was yelling at everybody. I was sick to my stomach for like days that we just lost $500 in product.
I mean, you flipped a table.
I did flip a
She
table.
started throwing the
Yeah,
muscle
she was
egg.
throwing the muscle
but
egg
not at people, just
while counting up how much money.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys think you've seen some shit on Reddit. You gotta be able to live it, baby.
$140.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so anyway.
And it was one of those times where me, where I usually I'm like,
Should
hey,
I leave the
calm down,
conversation?
calm down. And this time I was just like, it's too late. It's too late.
An innocent employee was like, should I help her? I said, no.
She'll stop. It's like the T-Rex, don't look at it. So at the time, $500 was a lot of money. And I knew as a business owner, that comes right out of my pocket. That I can't, well, New York State wouldn't allow it, but you can't make an employee pay for their mistakes. So that was something, it was traumatizing. And now it's embarrassing to even admit that. But I brought over my little box of knickknacks here because I like to keep some memories in here. And
Where
flash
is it?
forward
see
to
it.
10 years later, we had a mishap in our kitchen. An employee misused a machine.
You kept that?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I kept it because this is a freaking $15,000 piece of metal, my friends.
I call it like 18 to 20.
Okay, 15, 18, we'll call it even 20. How about that?
Yeah.
This is a piece of one of our machines.
Zoom in.
And a employee misused a machine in our kitchen. And thank the Lord, another employee noticed that these little teeth were missing from the machine. Well, this tooth found its way into a meal at 95. It wasn't this tooth. We never found that tooth. And
We tried to find it.
We did.
We purchased metal detectors.
Yes.
To try and find it.
We called other companies to see if we could use their metal detectors.
To run our machine, our meals
We don't
through.
just make a couple hundred meals at a time. We're making thousands of meals at a time. And we could not account for one little piece of metal. And
But we knew it was out there.
we knew it was out there. It had to be in one of these 10,000 meals. Like, which one is it? We had to make a play call to
Throw 'em all out.
several pallets of food, and from my office window, I watched them get dumped
That still hurts.
into a dumpster.
That was tough.
That was sickening.
Yep.
But to like just
Did they apologize?
no.
No.
That's besides the point. But the three of us made that play call. Like, we know it's out there, and all three of our consciences said, you got to throw the meals out.
And it all started with abusing the equipment, which happens a lot. Stuff that shouldn't have been in there got run through there, which broke the teeth off the
But
machine.
that is part of the burden of being a responsible business owner, is knowing, oh shoot,
it's under
we
the
can't
couch,
lose.
we'll get
Okay,
it.
okay, we'll get it back.
I feel like it's gonna find its way in a meal. Like that's.
I think that myself and both of you guys, we handled that with a lot of patience and grace.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, to go from 10 years ago losing $500 and being devastated to literally watching $20,000 in product be dumped into a dumpster and be like, we did the right thing.
It wasn't worth the lawsuit.
No.
As much
And we
as it
could
hurt.
never put, like, I couldn't sleep at night knowing that
could be in there.
it may have never been in those meals. We don't know. But the fact that we couldn't account for it, we had to make that play call. And I'll stand by it to this day. And
did the right thing.
I don't feel less sick about the 20,000 than I did the 500 at the time, but I know we did the right thing. So, handling stress in
Now,
business.
if it was 20 grand back in 2016,
we would have been out of business.
Yeah.
For sure. Now I gotta go find that BRB.
If we only ever focused on the positive, then we'd never get any better. Like every single time. And I think that's
It's part of the reason we never celebrate.
well, that and it's a reason why a lot of employees have a hard time here, because yes, we say good job when you do a good job, but when something isn't done properly, we don't just we'll be quiet about that and only talk about the good. I mean,
you will hear both.
We try to HR
Sandwich it.
We like to sandwich it.
compliment sandwich.
Yes.
But people have a hard time being held accountable. And, we're not holding you accountable to us. Yes, it's our business, but it's the customer who you're serving. And as a business, it's our responsibility to do our best for our customers. So we need to teach our employees, our team members, to do the best that they can for our customers, to serve the customer. You're not serving us, because if you don't serve the customers, they're not going to give us any money and we're not going to be able to pay you.
Story time.
So it's all about serving our customer base. And I think people have a hard time when we say, you did that wrong. And I feel like not to point out a generation, but I feel like this new generation has a really hard time hearing
Hey, now, me and Amanda are a
constructive
part
criticism.
of
You
that
are?
generation.
Yes. Oh no, you guys are great, but
the top 1%.
constructive criticism. It's
Even if you tell them how to fix it, it's
Yeah.
still hard to hear.
yep.
But it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't.
No.
That's how any
just wanna make
person
you better.
makes themselves better.
We do have a boss. Like you said, our bosses
It's our
is
customers.
the customers. I'm telling you, we've been out to dinner and Neil saw him at Oliver's. He hit me up. He said, Lindsay, it's so nice to see you. Hey, Neil, thanks so much for supporting our business. By the way, my box was mispacked.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
Well,
Tough
why
crowd.
didn't you say anything? He's like, oh, and that was at the time when it was. I mean, at one point our error rate on boxes was like 12%. Now we got it down to like 0.3%. But that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, just like Lindsay said, if you ever have an issue with anything, come to us. It doesn't hurt our feelings. It hurts our feelings when you don't say anything because we'll lose a customer. Yeah. And we'll do whatever we can to make our customer base happy.
I'll drive to your house because I've done it before.
Yes, we have.
Yeah. She will call
Personally.
you. She will call you at 9 p.m. because
I just want to make you happy.
Yeah.
That's it. You know, I guess it's
Before you leave that review, did you even try to contact us?
Yeah.
That's when it hurts.
that does.
because if they knew that we make everything right, we always make everything right.
Oh my God, yes. And a little just like behind the scenes, guys, and this just it applies to all avenues, okay? Whether you're buying clothes online or buying 95 Nutrition or calling your cell phone carrier, kindness goes so far. Like, we always make sure the customer is satisfied, but when someone calls and they're immediately down your throat,
Can't even get a word out.
it's like, do you think that we mispacked your box to ruin your day? Like, that's how you're at. We're, you know, but customers, remember when the points expired?
Oh yeah, that was.
We told our
were tough.
customers time and time again, like, hey, or we're switching point systems. It's going to expire. We've been telling people for like 90 days, you need to get in here and use your points. 2 different customers called long after the points were expired. One chewed us out, told us we were terrible people and blah, blah, blah. And we stole those points from them. We took care of them. They got something, right?
Yeah, they did.
But somebody else called and said, I really screwed up. I know I should have cashed in my points. Is there anything that you can do for me? And baby, we rolled out the red carpet for him.
Take all your points back.
He got all of his
All of
points
them.
back. You probably got a free shake. Like, you will get so much more with honey than you will with vinegar. And I think always keep that in mind. That's like just a customer service thing. The person that you're on the phone with is a human, and they didn't set out to ruin your day.
There's only one customer we didn't make happy. No.
Oh.
Yeah, he's him, but the woman. Tech and robots. No,
What?
there's been good things.
No, the robots, huge thumbs down.
Yeah,
Overall,
it was just a
thumbs
bad
down.
fit. It was just a bad fit for our
But
company.
it made us more efficient.
Yes.
It made the plating room more efficient.
Yes, because
That cost us a lot of money to make the plating room more efficient, but
yeah, because it just, for a large operation that can run one ingredient for the robot to do, that's great. But it didn't have fingers, and it wasn't
we
as
had to
consistent.
modify meals.
Whew, let's not. This is a trauma.
Which you're right.
It's high.
They were
Cortisol is rising.
expensive. That might be our second most expensive
No,
mistake.
that was the first.
You think that was more than yeah? that's more
Hell
than
yeah!
20.
Just the electrical
Yeah.
in that room was like
Yes.
$7,000.
It's still in
Yes. Yep.
Fucking
You're right.
pull the
You're
copper
right.
out. Let's
Okay.
scrap
Okay. Okay. But the money that we saved in labor from the plating room competing against the robot, because we had, in order to get out of the contract, we had to prove to the company that, because they made all kinds of promises that they were going to move faster than our employees, be more accurate than our employees. And actually, they didn't
And the
have
employee
to
said, let me show you
work.
something.
Yeah.
The lie detector determined that was a
And it
lie.
wasn't even close. The labor rate was twice as high with the amount that we had to pay for they were just trying to force us. And then they wanted to get more robots. We're like, this isn't efficient at all.
That was like one of those things, though. Like,
They couldn't do
everybody-
one thing
no,
either.
No. Stay with me. In the industry, everybody's like 3 steps behind. Like, what's 95 up to? Ooh, there's our next idea. Why did none of you bite on those robots?
Because they're too expensive.
No.
even try it. Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted somebody to be like, they got robots? We're going to get robots. Because I'm like, yeah, get the robots. Yeah, you're right. The price point would have been
I mean, there's only
high.
one company that really copies us.
The freezer at Grand Island used to be so full that Sierra would have to physically like
Climb
crawl
on top of the boxes.
over boxes.
Yes. Or I would cut the bottom boxes
Oh,
with a
yeah.
knife.
Totally, yeah.
Smart. She was always thinking ahead.
Bring your own flashlight. Yeah, there was no lights in that freezer. That's right. No, there was no lights.
No, there was one.
Oh, there's one light at the front. Yeah.
Oh,
Bring your own we did have
Yes. Yeah. But the
BYOS,
side,
baby.
did the side freezer that we added on, did
Yeah,
that have
but there were
lights?
so
single
many
light.
Oh, one
meals.
single light in that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally had your cell phone out.
No, we bought actual flashlights just to go pack. Remember when we thought that addition was that thing
That
was
was gonna
hold
last, yeah.
us down?
It lasted like a month.
He said,
Next thing I was
we were out
full
of room.
to the
Grand
roof.
Island was so. I'm sorry. I know you don't want to relive the story, but I can't. I laugh so hard every single time. Grand Island only had one bathroom, one
Oh
single
my
bathroom.
God. Yeah. Yes.
So there's only one bathroom. There's like what, 12 employees
Yeah.
in this place? One bathroom, grandfathered in because of the code. And we used the shelves in the bathroom for storage. So we had all sorts of stuff up there. Sierra needed like a roll of paper towels or something. She opens the bathroom door and weren't the lights?
Lights weren't working that day.
Oh, the lights weren't working that day. Okay. And my husband's sitting on the toilet.
I grabbed the roll of paper towels, okay? No one would have ever known. No
Wait,
one would,
but
I
you
would have
saw
never
him.
known. No, I didn't until I grabbed the paper towels. I am walking out of the door, okay? He was in the clear, we were in the clear, it was fine. And he goes, like, why'd you, we were fine, we were fine.
You didn't knock.
We didn't lock the door. And
It didn't lock. The door did not lock. No, it did not.
It didn't.
It did not lock.
I will never forget that.
Why didn't you just let her live?
In all my days.
Oh, did you knock on the door? Knock. Gotta knock.
We gotta vote. What was worse? Was outgrowing Grand Island with busy in a box with the employees till 2:30 in the morning, sitting in the back of the 95 truck on the wheel wells? Was that worse than COVID here when we had no employees? Like, what journey? The journey of absolutely outgrowing Grand Island to the point we couldn't get in our new building, by the way, because of COVID. So actually, these two events were very back.
They were so
Yeah.
close together, it's hard to really separate them.
But those were
they
like
were
two
one and the same.
but they're two very different things because we didn't lose all the employees till we were moved in here.
Yeah, it wouldn't have happened if we could move into our building. But no construction could happen
Yeah,
during
okay.
COVID.
So
There
but
was
what I'm
so
saying is
much.
that like in the journey of all of this, I would say those two moments.
I think bursting at the seams for me in Grand Island, like we couldn't get any better there.
Yes.
We couldn't become more efficient there. Once
We were working
at
till,
the
like,
ceiling, that was
2:30
it.
in the morning at our Grand Island location several times to get the amount of food out because we just didn't have the space. So there was that.
one oven.
Yeah, there was that. And then there was moving into our new headquarters here, which happened during COVID. And when no, it wasn't Kathy. When Cuomo was giving out that extra
yeah.
600, it was a ghost town up in here.
We had no employees. We
literally
came into
no
a brand
employees.
new building.
Remember, we were transitioning. The first thing we did was move the pancake production here. So we were all doing the pancakes here while the rest of the kitchen was operating in Grand Island. Yeah, that was when we passed out on the floor here.
That was
no
tough
help.
having 0 employees, but like at the end of the day, we could always get it done.
Yeah.
Maybe not to this extent now. No, we still could. It'd be tough, but we could. But there was still light at the end of the tunnel. Like we had a brand new building. We had a beautiful kitchen facility. there was going to be a way out of that where we had to move out of Grand Island to grow.
Yep. And we came in here, remember we gave the employees the tour of the place and they're like, oh my God. And then we moved in here and they were just
They wanted nothing to do with it.
They were so stunned.
So Rob,
He said bye.
Yeah.
he said, wait, you actually are going to keep track of me? You want me to work? I got to go.
They were so stunned. And it was the change.
It was a big change.
Too big of a change for them to actually have room, new equipment that they had to learn, those ovens that,
From a flat top to the ovens that we have now, everything was just big technology.
Though, that there's anything that has ever even come close to that COVID period for this company.
I don't think so. No, that was
like not even close.
No. The stress of building this place out and getting it done in time.
Wear a mask, don't wear a mask.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You can
you don't want to talk about it, but you don't want people to forget. Like, please don't ever forget that our society went through this, because I mean, as a business, we did it backwards from how other businesses did. Most businesses laid off their entire management staff and said, go live off of unemployment. We did it backwards. We kept our management because, I mean, I feel like it's worth being said. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's corporate America, right? That's the difference between corporate America and small business. We were up night after night, like, what do we do? What do we do? And we decided that our core group that we had, we could not just...
Yeah, you can't let them down.
Go, bye, because several of our managers made more than the extra 600 would have meant to them. So they'd be taking a pay cut to go do the COVID thing. And we kept our staff and we shrunk the company by keeping the top so that when we did recover, when and if at the time it felt like we did recover, that we would still have our team. Because you can't just call back your managers and be like, hey, I know I just screwed you for 6 months, but you want to come on back to the team?
I think those were the most awkward conversations. Like, I love an awkward conversation, but those ones were tough because they were really out of our control.